Let's go! Adrenaline! Adrenaline! Running through my veins!
Good afternoon, I'm Robin Banks, and welcome back to the Formula X1X Championship. The British Heart Foundation provides funding for research on all kinds of heart disease defects and tech for the future, including mechanical hearts and transplants. It's a very close to home charity, so we support it all we can, and you can too. Just tap in bhf.org.uk on your web browser, and please help in any way you see fit. The penultimate round, and we're in Japan at the super fast Fuji Speedway under the watchful eye of Mount Fuji itself. This has been Japan's best-loved circuit since its opening in 1961. The first half is a high-speed section combining mid to high-speed corners, and the latter half is a technical section on an incline. Because the characteristics of the track are very different from its first half to the latter half, the setup of the car is very, very important here. The track is just under 2.8 miles in length, with a longest straight of just under a mile and a total of 16 corners. After another devastating blow by Carlos Puntarino winning at Monza, Rico Mortis's championship lead is now under threat. However, after a very unusual chain of events, Rico crossed the line in third, but was awarded second place by race direction. Archie Angelo, who had an incredible pace, was demoted back to third position after a very questionable maneuver on the main straight while trying to hold on to second position. Archie, however, showed incredible pace all race and hopefully carries this forward for the remainder of the season. I'll hand you over now to our ex-race driver and technical guru, Dave Unshaw, who has been out in his car this morning doing our lap focus. Dave said he finds this track very difficult, but loves the high-speed corners while shaking his hand at the low-speed corners. How's it going, Dave?
Many thanks, Robin! I enjoyed my holiday, but it's great to be back here at Fuji for round 9 of the Formula X1X Championship. So here we go with our lap focus. Heading down towards turn 1, reaching speeds of 184 mile an hour 6 gear, and then hard on the brakes. Down towards turn 1, very tight corner indeed, 61 mile an hour second gear down through here, down towards the 75R, building up to 157 mile an hour before getting on the gas into Coca-Cola at 136 mile an hour 5th gear, and then around the 100R, 160 mile an hour 6th gear through here, all the way up towards the hairpin, hard on the gas again, and at 76 mile an hour second gear into the left-hander, and banging it all the way around the 300R, building speed up to 173 mile an hour 6th gear, and down towards Dunlop, stamping on the brakes, all the way down to first gear, 47 mile an hour through the right-hander of Dunlop, into the left-hander and back to the right-hander, very, very slippery on the exit out of here, 84 mile an hour third gear through the next right-hander and into nets, 65 mile an hour second gear, trying to hold that tight line, and then going out for a nice wide entry into the Panasonic corner, 71 mile an hour second gear through here, and then getting on the gas as quick as you can, accelerating up the straight, 177 mile an hour 6th gear, crossing the finish line. It really is blisteringly fast here, Robin. Absolutely fantastic scenery too. Good luck, guys.
Many thanks, Dave, and I think you really enjoyed that. I know it definitely blew away the cobwebs. So let's go down to pit lane and take a look at our grid lineup today. On pole position, it's great to have Artie Fanati back where he belongs. What a great lap that was. Carlos Puntarino in second place, with Alex Anders third on the grid. Fourth for Brian Messiah, and Halen Van Eddy in fifth place. Sixth place for Damon Puntarino, and seventh, our championship leader Rico Mortis. In eighth place, our wild card, Kurt Bees. Great to see him back. In ninth place, we have Wyatt Earp. In 10th place, Simon Bouquet. And rounding out the grid, the return of Scott Milano. Great to see you back, Scott. Weather check is 19 degrees ambient temperature and track temperature of 21. So as we line up on the grid for round 9 of the Formula X1X Championship, live from Fuji, in support of the British Heart Foundation, the lights are green, they're holding on a long time. And away we go. trying to get the best start that they can, hammering down towards turn 1. Artie Fanati got swallowed up in the pack. Shoots across to the right-hand side. It looks like Brian Messiah blocked his entry there. David Punterino gets all kinds of out of shape, pushes Halen Van Eddie onto the grass, down towards the Coca-Cola turn. Very hard to get right, a lot of people going really wide there. Rico Mortis trying to hang on to the back of Artie Fanati. Into the hairpin for the first time. Carlos Punterino and Alexanders are away with this. Shooting down towards the 300R and down towards the Dunlop chicane. Rico Mortis trying to hold on to everything he can. Takes that defensive line. Wyatt Earp and David Punterino on the outside. Rico spins up and gets a little bit of a knock from David Punterino and pushes him back to 7th place. Up around the Nets corner. Around they go, really difficult part of the track. It's on the incline, like I said earlier, and it's really, really difficult. Through they go, everybody getting through nice and clean. Scott Milano trying to go up the inside of Rico Mortis. Gert Bees is doing a fantastic job. Rico goes a little bit wide and manages to hold off Scott. Down the back straight, absolutely flying down through here. Carlos Punterino gets up beside Alexanders down towards turn 1. Can he get it stopped on the brakes? Lovely manoeuvre by Carlos Punterino, but Alex is having none of it. Doing all he can to try and get that position back. But he knows it's one hell of a battle to take on Carlos. Artie Fanati also pulling a gap there. We got a replay. Wyatt Earp went straight on at turn 1. That was an underpant clench movement then, I would imagine. Almost took Halen Van Eddie out, joining the track. David Punterino being hounded by Brian Messiah. Gert Bees in 6th place. That's brilliant for a wild card. Into the hairpin they go. Brian Messiah almost whacks David Punterino up the jacksie. Through they go. Artie Fanati tried to hold on to the back of Alexanders. He's caught him up. Alex desperately trying to hold on to Carlos Punterino, but we know how hard that is. Into nets they go. Scott Milano being followed by Halen Van Eddie and Wyatt Earp unfortunately pushed back to the back of the field. He'll be kicking himself. Team Alien have a new team manager. They've really got these cars working well. Scott Milano spins out. He'll be upset with that. Only just joined us. Down the main straight. Scott's decided to retire. That's unfortunate. Brian Messiah using the advantage of the slipstream down the main straight towards turn 1. Great manoeuvre. Blocks David Punterino into the corner. Fantastic move by Brian Messiah. Rico's back in 7th place. Not a good place for Mr. Mortis. He really does have to, gain some points here to take the championship into the final round. What do you think, Dave? Is this going to happen today? Hello, everybody. All I can say, Robin, is, if it's going to take an act of God for Rico to take the championship here today. He's 19 points in the lead at the moment, but the way it's going at the minute looks like absolute chaos. He does seem to be struggling, Dave. He's really got to take a deep breath and grab some composure. Trying all he can to get past Gert Bees, who's definitely holding his own here today. Carlos Punterino pulling a little bit of a gap on Alexanders. Around the Panasonic corner onto the main straight. It really is fast down through here, Dave. I'll tell you what, you get in the slipstream here and you use your boost on here, you will be touching nearly 200 miles an hour by the time you hit the braking zone. It is so fast down through here. Simon Bouquet holding on to the back of his teammate Rico Mortis, doing a fantastic job with Halen Van Eddie in hot pursuit. Rico trying to find a way around Gert Bees, goes up the inside, can he get it stopped? No, he doesn't. Gert's very late on the brakes. Absolutely a fantastic braking there from Gert Bees. Fantastic braking there by Gert Bees. Brilliant stuff. We've got a 4-car freight train. Rico trying to go up the inside. Can he get it done? Gert shuts the door. Down towards the hairpin they go. Gert goes wide. Rico tries to take that tight line, but doesn't quite get it. Simon Bouquet is holding on to the back of these pair. I'll tell you, Dave, I would imagine Simon's on a promise. If he does well here today, I should think he's going to get a bit of, nice time with Satina, I would have thought. Everyone trying to squeeze through that horrible chicane, Dave. I'll tell you, trying to get the entry and exit through that, it's like you got a right-hander, then a left-hander, and then a right-hander again, and trying to get through there without spinning up, spinning out, or, blasting off a pair of underpants. It's unreal, I tell you. As Rico fights a way up the inside of Kurt Bees into the Panasonic corner, but Kurt's right in the slipstream now. It's a drag race down the main straight. Simon Bouquet is going to join this fight as well, and Halo Van Eddie ain't too far off. Kurt Bees gets that drag. Can he get it stopped into turn one? Rico tries to shoot back up the inside, but Kurt's late on the brakes, giving each other plenty of room so not to cause an accident. Simon Bouquet is also sticking with his budget. It's great to see that, Dave. He's brilliant stuff. The two Team Kawasaki cars giving this bloke some right old shenanigans, I can tell you. Rico trying to find a way around the 100R. I tell you, Kurt ain't gonna give up this position easy. I tell you, he's making Rico fight for it. He is definitely putting on a good show today, and so's Halen Van Eddie and Simon Bouquet as well in the background there. Halen's right on the back of Simon now. Can Rico make the move into the Dunlop chicane? No, Kurt shuts the door on him. They really are pushing here hard today, folks. On board with Halen Van Eddie chasing Simon Bouquet. You can see Rico and Kurt Bees in the distance there. This is the horrible corner here, Dave. Trying to get that right, and if you touch that AstroTurf on the right-hand side there, I tell you, you literally look back down the track. It's so easy to spin out. And here as well, this dark green stuff, stay well away. It is really, really bad for you. I guess that's easier said than done, though, Dave, when you're pushing and trying to catch someone up. Halen's using that slipstream. He's slightly in it, I would have thought. I would say he's just tinkering on the edge. Probably using a little bit of boost to catch up. Simon Bouquet goes up the inside of Kurt Bees. That was a great manoeuvre there into turn one. Hello, somebody's disappeared. I think that was Rico, Dave. Here's the replay. Not sure what happened there. Oh, Rico span up on the exit there. That's easy done. You're trying to get the drive out of there, and he must have stamped on the throttle and spun out. That's not going to do him any favours whatsoever. That's put him back to about 9th place, I think. He really is struggling here today. It's, what do you think, Dave? Do you think he's going to carry this over into the final round? And what do you think his chances are of winning the championship? To be perfectly honest with you, Robin, I don't like to put the blockers on it, and I ain't going to call it yet, but he is definitely struggling here today. I don't know whether it's nerves or just, in qualifying was absolute cock-up for Team Kawasaki on the Rico side of the fence. Bouquet got it nailed pretty good, but Rico and his team, they really, really cocked that up. It's very weird, though, because he had fairly good pace in practice and over the last few days. He did. He had quite good pace. He got into the 121s. It's not the fastest laps in the world, but I think I saw Rico knocking a 121.5 at one point. But the pressure is definitely getting to him, I think. And you, Dave, there must be a hell of a lot of money at stake here. As Rico Mortis redoes that manoeuvre and tries to dive up the inside of Kurt Bees. Wyatt Earp is joining this fight as well, trying to give each other enough room. Rico's almost on the back of Simon Bouquet again now, doing all he can to make up some ground. I really feel for him. I would have thought, to be honest with you, to put those soft tyres on to start qualifying once his head looking at, to be honest. And something happened in the background there. We're going to get a replay in a minute. Kurt Bees and Wyatt Earp's gone missing. I saw that, Dave. I think they went wide. Extremely wide by the look of it. Kurt's on the grass and there's no way for him to stop that thing. That's unfortunate, that is. That's not great for Kurt Bees. He'll get back on the horse, Dave. Don't you worry, he ain't going to give up that easy. My crikey, they were pushing hard, though. He must be knackered after that, I should think. Simon Bouquet still hanging on to the back of his teammate like glue. Around the next corner they go. Rico dragging Bouquet all the way up to the back of Halen Van Eddie, I would think. And he's managing to get away a little bit here. That's brilliant stuff for Halen. That's 6th place. Artie Fanati in 3rd now, still holding on to the back of Alexander's. Flying out of turn one they go, down round the 75R and down towards the Coca-Cola turn. It's a real hard turn to spot as you're coming into that, Dave. You're going so fast from out of turn 1 down through there, and you try and look for that little dildo thing sticking up, and you aim for it, but it's so quick, it's really hard to focus on it, I tell you. Artie Fernati seems to have good eyesight, so he's doing fairly well. Looking to guard the inside of Alexander's, but he thinks better of it. Taking a nice little steady exit out of the Dunlop chicane. Into the nets corner. Around nets they go. Alex on the green stuff there. Looks like he's spinning up. Alex really caught the AstroTurf like you said there, Dave. I'll tell you what, that was a clench fest for Alexander's then. Look at that. Blimey, he did well to hang on to that. Well done, Alex. That was great control there. He definitely must have almost cacked himself, like you say, Dave. Almost. He held it though. I was well proud of him there. He's doing a great job in third position. Well, he's actually in first now because it looks like Carlos and Artie Fernati have decided to pit. Haven't seen much of White Earth so far, but he's doing a cracking job. Really got that car under his reins, I tell you, Dave. Great to see Carlos getting a bit of support in the championship, you know, help his team points out as well. It's shame Wyatt left for a while, really, but it's great to have him back, that's for sure. Alex is also lonesome today. Archie Angelo didn't make it to the race. He picked up a bit of a tummy bug in the canteen, I think. I'll tell you what, I went in there a couple of times, and I'm not going to tell you what a lot of that stuff is, but I sussed it out, and I'm sure we'll hear all about it later. But I'm not saying any more than that. Mr. Unshaw, I think you're like scaring me a little bit there. What do you mean? The food is absolutely out of this world in there. And I'm not sure what you mean by that. I ain't saying any more. Like I say, I'm a very fussy eater, so that's probably why. Alexanders goes in the pits on lap 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are sorry to announce that the KSE in the track grounds has now run out of chicken and has temporarily closed. I'd like to assure the owners of the missing pets that Trek Security is doing everything possible to find and bring them back to their rightful owners. We are sorry for any inconvenience. Thank you.
That's a bugger if the KSE's shut. Blimey, I was going to get some lunch. I can't stand the stuff, Dave. I'd stick to the canteen any day of the week. I must admit, there is some nice smells coming out of there. You're making me hungry just thinking about it. Shut up, let's get on with the race. David Puntorino has changed colour to orange of late and is lonesome as well. Lydia Champagne also had a tummy bug from the canteen. She's not joined us either. I walked past her camper van earlier, mate, and I'll tell you, well, the noises coming out of that was some scary stuff. How do you mean scary, Dave? Well, in my opinion, it sounded like something out of an horror film, I tell you. It was rank, what I would say. I wonder if, we've had Scott Milano and Gert Bees retire, Dave. I wonder if they had breakfast in the canteen this morning. Now you come to mention it, they were in there. I'll tell you, I saw Scott and Gert go back for seconds. I tell you what, if there's a bit of a problem, I would imagine that the old tear-off underpants will be working overtime this weekend. On board with Alexander's chasing Rico Mortis. Boy, Alex literally flicks that car to the right there like a lightning bolt. He means business here today. Get out of the way, Rico. Oh, that looked like he missed his braking zone, and he must have cacked it then, because he flicked that steering wheel. He was going to plough into the back of Rico. I mean, he could well have been daydreaming about his brolly girl, Dave. Oh, she is nice, isn't she? I know Carlos has got a thing for brolly girls, but yeah, Alex has and all, and his brolly girls, he's very nice. Maybe that's why he's got a bit of a spurt on today. He's also on a promise as well, I should think. That's one thing you can say about racing. There's always a lot of promises going on, that's for sure. I tell you what though, Dave, It is a great place to be, and that stunning mountain in the background there is absolutely beautiful to wake up to in the morning. Look at it, it looks absolutely fantastic. The scenery here is absolutely out of this world, people. Oh, I totally agree. It is very nice here. It's a lovely place, beautiful part of the world. And we're staying here for a few weeks yet, because we've got the final round in a couple of weeks' time in Suzuka. That's going to be brilliant. I'm really looking forward to that. We shall have to see what the outcome is today. Rico Mortis goes in the pits. David Punterino in the pits, and Simon Bouquet as well. But yes, Dave, you're absolutely right. Fortnight's time, the final of the X1X Championship live from Suzuka. That is one brilliant track though, Dave. Such a windy snake, that one. I love that track. I can't wait to get up there and do my lap focus. It's going to be great fun, that is. And I'm a very lucky person. I get the track all to myself. I know, you're going to love that place. It really is good fun there. It's such a wonderful track. I can't believe this championship's been running since July. It seems to have absolutely flown. The championship does seem to have gone quick, but I must admit that month off we've just had has been a long wait, Dave. It seemed like forever for me. Artie Fanati in second place now, really pushing that Red Bull car to the feet. Hello, what's happened to Alexander's? Looked like he did what you said, Dave, and caught the green stuff. Let's take a look. Coming out of Panasonic, yeah, look at that left-hand wheel there, caught that green stuff. That is so easy done. He'll be kicking himself for that, but he's got a good gap to the next lot of cars, so he should be okay, provided he doesn't have any more papers. Gerd B still running in a brilliant 8th place. Being chased by Rico Mortis, who's still in 9th. Lap 12 and Rico's still in 9th, Dave. This is not looking good. He's got to get a spurt on, I tell you. He needs to get in at least above 7th position to take this championship to Suzuka. I think he's got his work cut out today, people. Rico doing all he can, using that slipstream down the main straight. Can he get it into turn 1? Doing all he can to hang on to the back of Gert Bees, but Gert's very late on the brakes here. Rico pops out of the slipstream. Can he get it stopped? Goes back in again so he can get the line through the corner. Gert Bees holding him off, loses a bit of traction on exit there. That might give Rico all he needs to get past. Gers ain't relinquishing it all yet, Dave. I'll tell you, these pair have been banging it out all morning so far. They are really, you know, Gert's got a little bit of a lead on Rico now. Can he drop him? That's the thing, isn't it? Rico desperately trying to make up some ground. The pressure's really got to Rico on this round, I think. Tries to go up the inside into the Dunlop chicane. Can he get it stopped? Leaves Bees plenty of room though, Dave. He did. He could have closed the door on Bees then, but he didn't. He swung in nice and tight and let Bees have enough room to get through. That's good, that is. Really, really good. And he's not pushing, you know, he's not being silly. He is trying to get past, but he's not making stupid mistakes and, you know, causing them both to crash, which is, you know, really most important of all. I think he had a little knock there, mind, but nothing major. Rico's probably shouting and hollering, I should think. Get out of the way, for God's sake, man. You're probably right. If I know Rico, he'll be hollering and shouting a little bit, trying to get past. As they drag race down the straight now. Can Rico get it stopped this time into turn 1? Gert Bees is really not letting him have it easy, that's for sure. Lovely move on the brakes by Rico Mortis. Got it stopped. Can he pull the gap on Gert Bees now and see him in his rear view mirror? Gert's really giving it some welly. Halen Van Houting in 5th place with David Punterino following Dave. That is fantastic stuff. Good to see Halen in the top 5 position at the minute. I know we're about, just under halfway into the race, but yeah, he's doing good. He's holding his own. David Punterino's getting out of shape a little bit too, Dave, on this round. He seems to be sliding around a little bit. Yeah, could be set up. You know, he might not have got it quite right. You don't know, do you? You know, it's difficult. We all know how quick Damon is. You know, I'm sure he'll end up with a fairly good result if I know him. He does usually end up in the top 5 most of the time. He's going to get in Halen Van Eddie's slipstream now down the main straight. Over that elusive finish line. Look at this, Dave. He's really using the boost and the slipstream now, but he's not gaining ground. Halen's, pulling away, I think. I was just trying to work out what was going on there. Oh, he missed his braking zone and gone wide. He'll be... Oh, that is easy done. We saw Rico do that earlier. Definitely saw the underpants tear off there. David Punterino trying to gain some kind of composure here. Around into Coca-Cola. My word, Dave, what happened there? That is what happens when the tear-off underpants system kind of doesn't fire immediately. It builds up the pressure, and then all of a sudden, bang, it goes like that, and it literally lifts the car off the ground. The driver, luckily, it's pulled away from the driver's backside at that point. That sounds like that could be one hell of an accident waiting to happen to me. Anyway, folks, we're almost at the halfway point in the race, so let's go down to pit lane and have a quick word with our ex-alcoholic and Saturday night guru, Paddy Fitzwendy. How's it going, Paddy?
Many thanks, Robin. I'm down here in pit lane talking to me suck you.
No, it's you suck me.
I can assure you that won't be happening anytime soon. Anyway, moving on. You here is head of catering at the track restaurant, and I must say there were some really tasty dishes that I couldn't quite put me finger on what was in them. So I thought I'd ask, you suck me.
It's me suck you pillock.
I could have sworn you said you suck me. Anyway, it doesn't matter who sucks who. Let's get on with it, shall we?
Okay.
That prawn balls recipe was absolutely divine, by the way.
That was not prawn balls. That was octopus testicle soup.
What?
Octopus testicle soup. You have to get them from a horny octopus to get maximum flavor. No extra additives.
So what was the source that they were in?
No sauce, just cracked octopus testicle.
Yuck. No, name is suck. Okay, so hopefully the roast meat that I thought was liver, that was so tender and amazing, dare I ask what it was?
You dare? It was slow-cooked goat's anus.
Hang on, did I hear that right? Goat's what?
Goat anus. Fresh from goat. We wipe, then cook slowly while still warm to give that unique texture.
I don't think I want to know what any of the other recipes are. Robin, it's KSC for me tonight. Thank you, and you do suck, by the way.
No, me suck you. No, you suck me.
Back to you, Robin.
Many thanks, Paddy. That sounded absolutely revolting, Dave. Is that what you was trying to tell me earlier about that canteen? I'll tell you what, I asked what was in that stuff, and I didn't say anything because it would have ruined the sales of the restaurant and all that. But yeah, mate, I'll tell you, there's some funky stuff down there. Well, I had the soup as well. I feel a bit unwell now. I can understand why everybody keeps bailing out and puking and going in the camper vans, and God knows what else is flying out of whatever orifice you can find. I'm gonna stick to the KSC. Hopefully they'll reopen later and I can get some tea. That would be fantastic. I definitely think I'll be joining you, Dave. I tell you, it's that's not great. I heard on the grapevine, Dave, that Simon Bouquet might be retiring from the sport, or at least taking a sabbatical from what I've heard. I did hear that myself. There is a slight whiff of, Simon may well stand down for the next championship, which is a shame. You know, he's been Rico's teammate from the start, and, Rico will definitely miss him if he does. We hope he don't. Absolutely, Simon Bouquet is a very big part of these championships. Looks like Halen Van Eddie may well have some company before long. Rico Mortis wants that 4th position by the look of it. Alexanders has just come out the pits to join them into turn 1. They go. Halen Van Eddie desperately trying to shake off Rico. But Rico is definitely on a charge at the moment. Looks like Rico's lining up a move here. Trying to get around the outside of Halen Van Eddie. I'm not sure that'll work. Looks for the inside. Stays on the inside line. bit later on the brakes than Halen and goes right around the outside into the hairpin. That was a great move there, Dave. Nice and clean. That was a fantastic move. I would imagine that Halen's at the end of his tyre life at the moment, so that was probably how Rico got past there, because he's not been... well, to be fair, Rico's probably going to pit again on probably lap 22, so he must be 3/4 of the way through his tyre life at the moment as well, I would have thought. Alexander's is fresh out of the pits on new rubber. 4th place. Brian's in the pits, so he'll make it past Brian and back into 3rd place. Brian's doing quite well too, though, Dave. He seems to be holding, a firm 4th at the moment. Brian's always top 5, he's very rare he's out of the top 5. He could be in the, with a shot of making it here, but I mean, that's only if, like, Carlos crashed and, he was at the front. I think he's too far behind on points unless he, gets a spurt on. Well, we all know Brian Mazia's very good at getting a spurt on, Dave. But I think you're right, he may well be too far behind to have a shot at the championship title. Unless something drastic happens, like an act of God or something like that. Rico in 4th position at the moment, coming into the hairpin. On a bit of a charge, trying to make up some ground from that early kerfuffles he was getting into. Although it was great fun to watch him and Gert Bees, Dave. I like the way you call it kerfuffles. That's good. I like that. Brilliant to watch. Bees is very welcome in this championship. Does a great job as a wild card. He put up a hell of a fight too. Oh, that was fantastic to watch. So, if this finishes as it does now, then Dave, and we go to Suzuka, where will Carlos and Rico be relative in points? Do you think? I would imagine, depending on where Rico finishes today, obviously, they may well be within 10 points of each other going into the final. And, if Carlos, like I said before, if Carlos continues this form, I don't hold out much hope for Rico, to be fair. A drag race down the main straight. Brian Messiah's got the better tyres as he's just come out of the pits. Really, like you say, Dave, Rico is almost at the end of his tyre life if he's going in on lap 22, which would probably make sense. Brian back into 4th position now. I would imagine whether he'll pit again now, I don't know. That's 13 laps he's got to, do on these tyres. It might be a big ask, I'm not quite sure. So looking back, Dave, over the championship, what do you think up until now has been, the best moment that you enjoyed out of all the rounds? That's a tough one, that is. I would say so far, my favourite probably round would be Laguna Seca, the second round too, where Rico and Artie come over the line. I think there was 0.7 of a second between the two of them. Those last few laps on that race with Carlos as well was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, that was a great round, that one. I remember that, yeah, absolutely fantastic. And I would also like to mention that, Brian and, Artie winning at Spa and Brian winning at Brands Hatch the way they both did, that was really, really good too. And hats off to Carlos Puntarino. He really has, got this, him and his team have got this car working really well towards the end of this season. You're right, absolutely right, Dave. So what's next for us after the X1X Championship? Well, there is talk of the Jenny Tillwalk Cup coming back in 2023. I believe I've heard that some of that's going to be Group 4 Championship. Not sure yet. Details to come. I would have thought, they haven't really confirmed anything as of yet. Jenny Tillwalk GR4s, yes, that would be quite a good championship, I would think, Dave. There's some fast cars in that, yes, I think this lot would definitely put on a good show. At the moment, I think they're, scouting for talent and, seeing if there's enough interest in that. And then make a decision, around sort of, the end of this championship, really, I suppose. Artie Fedati also doing an incredible job. His team really have also got this car working really well, and we all know how good Artie Fedati is. It's, this could be his second win of the season, and he's been away for 2 rounds, let's not forget. Yeah, I think he missed the Red Bull, and also what was the last one we did? Monza. He missed that as well. He was he was otherwise engaged. So I'm guessing if we're doing the Jenny Tillward Cup, Dave, you will you'll have a new car for your lap focus. That would be the case, that's for sure. I'm not sure what I would have, but it depends what they give me, I suppose. So if you could have a Group 4 car, Dave, of any choice, which you may well have anyway, because you're such a brilliant part of this championship, what would you choose? I think for my Group 4 car for the lap focuses would probably be either a BMW or maybe an Audi. I'm not sure yet. Both great cars, Dave. Both great cars. Yeah, I'd kind of like to try something a bit different. The Audi's front-wheel drive, of course. In fact, if it's I think it's the TTS we get, I think. And also the BMW was the M4, which would be rear-wheel drive. Probably the BMW would be more fun, but the Audi would be something different. At the end of the day, like you say, you'll probably get what you're given, but we'll see. David Punterino coming around the hairpin. And he's changed his car colour, Dave, as well. Do you know what? I thought my eyes were going funny, and I think in Monza he went to this colour, and I nearly didn't take much notice, but yeah. No, you got to mention it. Yeah, he's running an orange livery now, and it was pink before. I think I prefer the orange to the pink, Dave, definitely. It was very loud. Cool, wasn't it just loud? Blimey, man, I'll tell you, that pink was banging in that in that pink colour. David Punterino seems to be having a bit of a torrid round though, Dave. He's spat out a couple of times and really struggling here, I think. He does seem to be struggling a bit with top speed. I've noticed that, especially on that lap where he was trying to slipstream Eddie, he could not close that gap. That is definitely a top speed problem there, I would have thought. Wyatt Earn running in a great 7th place. Him and Carlos will be dragging in a really good points haul here. And that's the other thing, Dave, we haven't really spoke too much about the team championship either. Yeah, let's not forget, we run a drivers' championship, but we also run a team championship as well. And at the moment, Kawasaki's at the top, but I'll tell you, Team Anus ain't that far behind. They could very easily take the team championship without too much trouble, really, Dave. Oh, definitely. You're not that far away. On board with Carlos Punterino, the race leader at the moment, trying to get around Simon Bouquet, who very dutifully steps to side and lets Carlos through. Absolutely hammering around the nets, corners, and up towards Panasonic. Tyres are screaming. Carlos got some lovely control of this car, Dave. Look at that. He's just gliding round here like Torvill and Dean, watching the master at work. Look at this, look. Lovely line into there. Spins up a little bit on exit, but saves it, no problem. Looks like he's going in the pits, if you ask me. He's on the right-hand side here. Staying over the solid line. Is he going in the pits? Yeah. Rico still maintaining that 5th place. He's already been in the pits and on no rubber now. Hammering around the 100R at 160 miles an hour and then slamming on the brakes into the hairpin. Second gear, 70 odd mile an hour and straight on the gas and back up to about 173 mile an hour around 300R and down towards the Dunlop chicane. Absolutely blistering speed here, people. You almost feel your eyelids flapping, I should think, Dave. I tell you, when in the olden days when we never had visors, yeah, you would feel your eyelids flapping. I had a caper when I was younger. I was on a scooter driving, home from work, and I had a bee going my crash helmet. Blimey, that must have been frightening, I should think. Did it hit you in the eye or go down the side? What happened? The bloody thing hit me straight in the eye. Ouch. It felt like someone had punched me straight in the eye. It really hurt. Bees are hard when you hit them at, the velocity of 30 mile an hour. I had a bee come in the side window once and go down my back and stick me, Dave. That was pretty nasty. I'll bet. So we're on lap 25 and Halen Van Edding is in 5th place. Can he hold this off? Has Halen got enough fuel, got enough tyres to get him to the finish line in top 5? We shall have to wait and see. Carlos Punterino currently running in third place behind Alexander Zanardi Fernati. We just saw Carlos pit, so he'll be doing probably a 7 or 8 lap run now. Carlos is back on fresh rubber now. Alexander's has just gone in and he's putting on fresh rubber. Brian as well. They all seem to be following Carlos a little bit. Not a bad plan though, Dave, if the fastest guy seems to jump in and out of the pits, you know, it'd be a good idea to follow what he's doing. Yeah, that could work, but you know, everybody races differently. You know, some people stay out on tyres longer than others. You know, it depends. You know, obviously, clearly Carlos has got the pace to, you know, maintain that gap and do extra pit stops. So, you know, that is, you know, brilliant. But you know, others that are a bit slower, they wouldn't, you know, gain anything by doing that. So out of all the tracks in this championship, Dave, which would be your favourite track out of all 10 rounds? For me, I would probably say either Interlagos or Suzuka coming up. I do like Suzuka, that is great. Such a fast and flowing track that is. It really is a brilliant place to have our final. Oh, definitely, I'm so looking forward to that. And we ain't got too far to go from here as well, which is ideal. Staying in Japan was a very good call, I think. Yep, we have travelled round a lot, people. It's been one hell of a circus travelling around the globe, that's for sure. But great fun in the process. Simon Bouquet circulating in 9th place. Tear bottoming David Punterino and Wyatt Earp hammering down the 300R and down towards the Dunlop chicane. Can David get it stopped? Scrubbing off a bit of a penalty there, I would think. Artie Fernati's just come out of the pits, ready for his last final charge, I should think. David Punterino around the Nets corner up into Panasonic. Those two corners, Dave, they almost seem like they sort of drew one corner and then flipped it over and did exactly the same thing going the other way. I think you're right, mate. You know, they do look, even on the track map, they look almost identical. You know what? It's like one's going, like you say, they just turned it over and made the same thing the other way round.
Ladies and gentlemen, the KSE in the track grounds has now reopened and are serving up their wonderful menu once again. Also, apologies to the pet owners who have reported missing animals. We are still undergoing our investigations. Thank you.
To be honest with you, Dave, I don't know why people bring pets to a place like this. You know what it would be like if a dog ran across the track. Trouble is, you know, you're in Japan now. They have different customs to what we would normally do. You know, you do see the odd dog. I saw it when I was just about to do my lap focus. I saw a rabbit run across the track in front of me. I know one thing, when we first got here at the, you know, the beginning of the week, there seemed to be a lot of wildlife, you know, sort of floating around, and birds and rabbits and all that sort of stuff, and there don't seem to be hardly any now, Dave. I have noticed that, you know, it's definitely got a lot quieter since we all arrived. It is very strange, and now, you know, people's pets are going missing, and, you know, I don't know what's going on here, but, you know, I'm sure it will come out at some point. I know one thing, when I had the chicken breast bucket job the other night, I'm sure, you know, you know what chicken tastes like, and I don't think that really tasted like chicken, so I just thought, oh well, perhaps it's, you know, just change the breadcrumbs or something. You know, I did hear that, and also, you know, one of the teams is missing a mechanic too. Yeah, but you know what it's like, you know. People meet people and they run off and do all sorts of crazy stuff. Well, yeah, I would say that, but he left everything behind. And apparently he was last seen going into the KSE. Well, I'm sure he's, you know, enjoying his bargain bucket. Alexander's maintaining that third position. Lap 29 into turn 1. If he could bring this home now, that'll be 2 podiums for Team BWT this season so far. Be great to see him take a win, Dave. I thought Archie was going to win at Monza, to be honest. He had a hell of a good pace there. You know, but yeah, Xander winning this would be fantastic, wouldn't it? It definitely would. Artie Fedati in second place still. Such a shame he's been, alone so much on this tournament. It would have been nice that Fabio stayed with us. Halen Manetti trying to hold off David Punterino. David goes a little bit wide, loses the rear again. He is definitely struggling here, Dave. To be honest, this track really does push the tyres. This long 100R here, you know, it's such a long corner, and you're on that left-hand side for so long, it just chews them up after about sort of 5 or 6 laps. You do hear a constant squeal as they're going round. Looks like Halen's dropped David Punterino now. Down towards the Dunlop chicane. Only 2 places behind his teammate. Are the drivers still using that, anti-bogey, equipment that Hats Off was, inventing? I'll tell you what, anti-bogey is working really well now. You know, you get, have a bit of a snort when someone overtakes or something like that, and it's rapid. It really does clear the whatever it is that fires out away. Bit like the tear-off underpants, to be honest. Carlos Punterino in first place. Got one hell of a gap back to Artie Fedati at the moment. Around the Panasonic corner and onto the main straight. Ready to start lap 31. It's a lot of laps, Dave. It is a lot of laps. 33 laps round here is brutal, to be honest. It's a long, long race. Simon Bouquet, I asked Simon earlier, what would he like to achieve in this race? Do you know what he said, Dave? No, go on. He said that if he could make the race without being lapped, he would be absolutely thrilled. I know he has struggled a bit, this is definitely not an easy car to get a hang of, but he's still here. And he's still going round, so he can hold his head up high, I'll tell you. He certainly can. Do you know Christmas is nearly, about 6 weeks away now, Dave? You know, I was waiting for you to say something like that. It creeps up. It seems to go on for, if go on forever, then it creeps up, and all of a sudden if somebody goes, it's only so many weeks till Christmas. Yeah, I do, and I haven't bought anything yet. I've been to Ann Summers and bought some new lingerie. I hope to God that's for your missus. I can assure you it's for my wife, Dave. There's no way you'd catch me wearing stuff like that. One of my mates wore some women's underwear, a few years ago on a stag do. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't look great when you see a G-string on back to front and these 2 crown jewels either side of the strap. Oh my God, I can picture it now. It probably looked like a pair of cherries hanging, I should think, Dave. I'll tell you what, the blood-curdling scream from the barmaid when we was in the pub, I'll tell you, she thought he'd cut his guts were hanging out. I'll bet, oh my God, I mean, that looked absolutely hideous, I should think. Did he carry on wearing women's underwear after that, Dave? No, he did not. He said that was one of the most painful outfits he's ever worn. I'll bet some of the women's underwear that you get, well, what they get, or should I say again, is, it's like torture chamber stuff, in my opinion. Good job they don't wear those corsets anymore. Ooh, they used to really squeeze them up big time, they did. When you say them, I assume you're talking about women. Yeah, kind of. Anyway, folks, back to the race. Brian Messiah is in 4th place, maintaining that gap on Rico Mortis, who is quite a way up the road. Carlos Punterino is still running in 1st place. Artie Fedati in 2nd, and Alex Vanders in a possible podium position here. This will be absolutely brilliant end to this round. They must be almost starting the final lap in any moment now. Brian's coming around the Panasonic turn and onto the main straight. Down he goes, absolutely hammering it, about 180 odd mile an hour down through here. Some of the cars are hitting 185 plus down through here. Yep, final lap now. Surely this is a win for Carlos Puntarino. It'll be his third of the season, and this will really give him some great points. If we finish now, it looks like there'll only be 4 points adrift going into the final. Very close. It's going to be one hell of a final, Dave. It's so close. It is. It's really going to be tight if this finishes the way it is now. It's going to be really, really close to the top. And, the absolute tension into the final round, it will be, absolutely on fire we will be. Who will be the X1X champion 2022? We have to wait and see, folks, if this carries on the way it is. Out of the Panasonic turn and down the main straight towards the finish line. Carlos Puntarino takes his third win of the season and a fantastic show of strength at Fuji. Awesome stuff. Artie Fenati crosses the line in second place, and Alex Anders with his first podium crossing the line in third position. Well done, Alex Anders. A brilliant show of strength here. Brian Messiah maintains his fourth position. Great haul of points for Team Anus. And it looks like Rico Mortis may well get fifth place. Just got to stay sunny side up, Rico. Our championship leader at the moment. Down the main straight. Bring it home, Rico. Over the line in fifth position. That's damage limitation for Rico Mortis. Halen Van Eddy. Great haul of points for Team Anus in the team championship. Down the main straight. Over the finish line. He looks like he might be going in the pits. No, the pit crew were pointing over. He's gone on over the line. Well done, Halen Van Eddy. David Puntarino and Simon Bouquet in 7th and 8th place, respectively. Wow, what a great race that was, Dave. Wyatt Earp in 9th. So let's take a look at the final race results. In first, Carlos Puntarino. In second, Artie Fenati. And in third, Alex Anders. Fourth for Brian Messiah. And fifth for Rico Mortis. Sixth, Halen Van Eddy and David Puntarino in 7th place, with Simon Bouquet in 8th, Wyatt Earp in 9th. And unfortunately, Gert Bies and Scott Milano did not finish. So, a fantastic win for Carlos Puntarino on the top step of the podium yet again, with Artie Fenati in second and Alex Anders with his first podium in third. So let's take a look at the results so far after round 9. In first on 182 points is Rico Mortis, with Carlos Puntarino on 178. Brian Messiah on 141 points, with David Puntarino on 128. Artie Fenati on 114, with Halen Van Eddy on 89 and Alex Anders on 88. Simon Bouquet on 62 and Archie Angelo also on 62, and Wyatt Earp on 27 and Lydia Champagne on 24 points. So let's take a look at the team points after round 9. Team Kawasaki at the top on 243 points, with Team Anus on 229, Alien on 197, Team Tiger on 147, with the British Racing Team on 117 and Affinity Racing on 108 points. That's it, folks. In a fortnight's time, we broadcast again in Japan at the mighty Suzuka circuit for the final round of the X1X Championship. But for now, from me, Dave, and the team, thanks for watching, take care, and goodbye.
Let's go!